Good morning and welcome to Front Pew Virtual. I'm Christy Janacek. I'm the Minister of Communication here at Holy Comforter, and I'm going to show you how to make our craft activity today, Jonah and the Whale. You should have seen a godly play story about that. If you haven't, please watch that after you make your activity. That is part of our lesson for today. So today we're going to be making Jonah the Whale. Here's a picture of him. He's pretty cute, or Jonah and the Whale rather. And what we have is a flower pot. You should have received a bag outside of the church. You can pick those up. But in the baggie, there's a flower pot. And then 3 pieces of foam. This one is cut into the tail for the whale. And these are his 2 fins. And then we have some googly eyes. Put this up so you can see. Little googly eyes, of course. And then some sparkly bits to represent the water. And all you need is some Elmer's glue, or if you have adhesive spray, you can use that as well. Either one will work just fine. And then I actually have a pair of scissors. Please use scissors that are safe if you're a kiddo, and a pencil to make the Jonah, which is a part that I've added to the craft. Okay, so the first thing you do is you want to take this tail and you want to lay it flat on your surface that you're working on. And the flower pot, if you notice, it has a little smile on either side, and that's the whale smiling. And you want to make sure that little smile is facing forward on your whale. So the end of the whale is the tail, and the front of the whale is where your smile would be. Now, the instructions say to glue this down, but I'm going to wait on that because I want to put Jonah inside here so it'll be more like our story. So the first thing that we're going to do today is we are going to glue on his fins. So you just take a little bit of glue and you take the roundy part of the fin and you glue it next to his smile. And you just press it down for a minute. So that's his fins. And then the pointy bit is going to point up. Okay? I'm just going to hold that down for just a second. Get it a little closer so you can see what I did. And then we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a little bit of glue, put it just on the bottom. And we're going to stick that to the other side of the whale, where he's got his little smiley face, and hold it down like so while it dries. Just have to hold it a few seconds. Maybe you can count to 10 and it should be dry enough to set it back down. If not, just hold it a little bit longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see if it'll stick. It did. Very good. And so I'm just going to set it back down on my whale. Where can you see this? There we go. Okay. Now the next step is we have to make the water. Because whales are kind of cool. They spew water out of their blowholes at the top. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pipe cleaners. And those are going to go into the hole, the spout, on the whale's head. But before we do that, I want to curl these. So I'm going to take my pencil and just curl these around because we want them to look like water, and curl them down, down, down. And then that looks a little bit more like what you'd think water would look like. So I'm going to do that with all of them. You can curl them later, but then you kind of have to make sure the glue holds. So I'm just going to roll it, and then pull the pencil out. And I do that for all of them. See, I take the pipe cleaner and I put it around the pencil, and then I roll it down, roll it, and pull it out. It's kind of fun. Okay, I did 3. Now how many more do I have to do? 2, that's right. So now I have 4 of them done. Now I'm gonna do my 5th one. I'm gonna take it and roll it down. Ta-da! Now we have them all done. So the next thing is we'll put just a little drop of glue on the bottom of the pipe cleaner, and then we will stick that into the spout. I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 at a time because I think they'll fit in that hole better. I'm going to put 2 more with a little glue, little glue on the front and the back. We'll stick those into the blowhole. Now that's starting to work. See, got 3 of those now. And I'm going to do the other 2. Stretch them out just a little bit so it looks more watery, and then put a little bit more glue on the bottom. And then we have something, you can kind of arrange them like a flower arrangement. It looks a little like water's coming out. Yeah? So now let's give him some eyeballs. So I'm going to take this googly eye, and just put a little bit of glue on the back of it. And then put it right above his, right above and over a little bit of his smile. So that's one eye. And then do the same with the other eye. 1 little drop of glue. Actually, I used a pretty big drop of glue. And put that on the other side of his little face. And you can scooch them up and down where you think they should go. But either way, they google, so they're fun. And then you can set it back on your tail. Now, the fun part is adding the sparkles, because that's supposed to be like water. So you have some sparkly little, oh, I dropped one of mine. Little sparkles. So you put a little drop of glue, and then you stick those sparkles onto the pipe cleaner at the very tip. You have to hold that down for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I put enough glue on mine. Let's try a little bit more. This is the only part I didn't test out. How about it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's see if it stays. Kind of staying. Ah! We have a sparkly bit. Now you just go around and you do that to all of the pipe cleaners. I think you have 7 little sparkles. And I'll do one more for you, and then I think you can do that on your own. Mostly that's just holding it down and waiting, isn't it? So we'll count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we have 2 sparkly bits. Okay, so you can go around and do that. So the instructions say that we should be gluing the head of the whale to the tail of the whale. So you put glue here. And you can do that if you like, but I was thinking it might be cool to make a little figure of Jonah. So I just took a sticky note pad, and you can use any paper you like, sticky note pad, and I put Jonah's whale friend's head on top of that sticky notepad, and I'm just going to trace a circle. I'm using a pencil. So once I have a circle, then I know how big of a space that I can draw on. Here, let me do that in marker so you guys at home can see, because it's kind of hard to see pencil on the camera. Give me 1 second. Okay, that's better. Now you can see my circle. Now I thought I would just draw a little man. I mean, nothing fancy, just like almost like a gingerbread man. So it's like circle head, and then arm, and then leg, leg, arm. Does that look like a man? A little bit. Here, I'll put a smile on his face. Because he finally listened to God. Jonah did. And then I'm just going to take my scissor and cut it out. And please be safe, be careful, make sure you have a parent with you. But in the story of Jonah and the whale, there's a really interesting thing that happens to Jonah. He gets swallowed by the whale. And I'll let you learn the Godly Place story for yourself, but it has a good ending, of course. because God loves us even when we make mistakes. But I thought that it would just make this whale even more fun if we had a little figure of Jonah inside to remind us of the story. So here's my little Jonah. He's pretty silly, but he works. And so I thought if we put him here in what would kind of be the mouth of Jonah's whale friend, then when we open him up, there he is inside. Now, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can put a little bit of glue and you can glue him down, or you can put him inside and put your glue, and then you can remember he's there. Anyway, thank you for being with us. We are so glad you come to Front Pew, and hope that you enjoyed your time. Take care.